there, folks. Welcome back to Rule of Thumb. It's been a while. Life got busy, which it does, and most of you know that. So, I am coming to you this Saturday after Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving, however you celebrate. Whether you had family, whether you had friends, whether you visited, or whether they came to you. I hope it was a good time had by all, good food, good company. We certainly had a wonderful Thanksgiving here. So now what I'm trying to do is clean up some of the leftovers, some of the things that I bought extra of, those types of things. So, you got to figure out what to do with the stuff that's in your refrigerator that you're like, oh, maybe I bought too much of that, or I have this left over. So that's what I'm going to start to work through now. So today what we're going to do is I bought too many cranberries. So I have cranberries, I have Honeycrisp apples, and I have oranges. So I am going to turn those into a jam slash chutney somewhere in there, a preserve maybe, and we're just going to play with it until we get it to where we want it to be, and then we're going to can it up. So I'm going to get everything together. I'm going to show you what I'm working with and show you kind of what I'm doing. Again, I'm just experimenting. This isn't a recipe. This isn't out of a book. This is just me playing around with the materials that I have to get to where I hope I want it to be. So I'm going to turn you around, show you what I got, and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, folks, welcome back. So these are our primary ingredients. These are some things that I had bought that I didn't use and that I want to use up. So this is my inspiration from here. So I've got Honeycrisp apples. This is 2 pounds. I've got 4 bags of cranberries. These are 12 ounces each, so 12, 24, 48. So 16, 32. So that's 3 pounds, right? 3 pounds of cranberries. I think that's right. And then I got 4 oranges. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the oranges first, and I'm going to wash these, give them a good rinse, and I'm going to cut them in half, and I'm going to roast them in the oven. Now, my inspiration for this is my turkey this year. I took the oranges, that's why I have some left, and I cut them in half, and I did the same thing with onions, and I put them flat side down in my roasting pan and put my turkey on top of them, and then also use the oranges and the onions and stuff the cavity of the turkey. After it roasted, the oranges got really soft, and I was able to just squeeze them, and the juice and the pulp came out from the orange, and I squeezed that over the top of the turkey after I had carved it and put it on the platter, and it was delicious. And the roasting of the orange just gave it a deeper, richer flavor. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get these cut and in the oven. I'm going to peel my apples. I'm going to sort my cranberries just to make sure there isn't anything bad or any that I don't want in there. And I'm going to get these in a pan with these and get these roasted, and I'll bring you back when we're at the next point. Okay guys, welcome back. I just wanted to pop on here real quick and show you what it looks like. So I've got all the cranberries and the 2 pounds of apples cut up in here, and I put 2 cups of water in the bottom of here just to get it going. So I'm going to let this start to cook down, let the cranberries break down, let the apples break down. I've got my oranges in the oven at 425. I just simply split them in half around the middle, the opposite direction of the stem ends, so that you got the whole orange to squeeze. So I'm going to let these cook down, I'm going to let the oranges roast, and then I will bring you folks back so you can see the next step. Okay folks, welcome back. And as you can see, this is starting to break down and cook down. So I'm going to hit this with my immersion blender real quick here just to get some of these bigger chunks broken down. Because I want it to be, I don't know, I'm thinking I want it to be more like preserves so that it's still spreadable but has some texture to it. I think that's where I'm looking to get this. You know, like I said, it's definitely an experiment. So I am going to just kind of hit some of the bigger chunks. Most of the cranberries had already started to burst. So, and I can always come back and hit this again later if I want to smooth it out some more. I have this now down on a medium. In fact, I think I'm going to take it down a little bit more between medium and low because it's really starting to go here. And I'm really just letting this hang out at this point until my oranges are ready. And then I will squeeze my oranges in here. And then we will work with sugar and pectin. So, yeah, oh, there we got some splatters. So we're going to go down to low on this. And see if we can contain this. You can see though how thick that's getting already. So we'll have to see once we get the sugar and stuff in, the consistency is going to change again. So we're going to keep playing, and I'll keep you folks posted. Okay folks, welcome back. I've actually turned the heat off on this for a moment. I pulled my oranges out of the oven, and I just want to show you. See how they just got a little brown on the top here. And all I'm going to do is take my tongs and squeeze. Just like that. So I'm going to get a little bit of the pulp. I'm going to get a little, you know, all of the juice out of it. I can actually rub it against the side here, get a little bit more pulp. And I'm going to do that with the rest of these and get as much out of these as I can. And then I will bring you folks back. Okay, we're back. So, I got all my roasted orange juice in there. So we're good to go. I'm going to bring this, I'm going to turn the heat back on underneath this on low. And I've decided I'm going to do some ginger in here. You all know I love me some ginger. So I'm going to do about, let's say, 4 tablespoons in there. And then I'm also going to do 6 tablespoons of pectin, because I do want this to set up like a jam. So we're going to mix this together here, get all that incorporated. Alright. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add our sugar. Okay. I got 6 cups of sugar, which I know seems like a lot, but remember we had tart cranberries and orange juice in here, so we're going to want to balance that out. So that's why it's probably a little bit more sugar than what I would normally do, but you know, you want to try and balance out your flavors the best that you can. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have this come back up to a boil, and once it's at a hard boil, we're going to let it boil for 1 minute. I'm going to, so you can see that's already, can you see that spoon? You can see that's already starting to sheet. So I want to taste it. Oh, oh man. Whew, that's good. That's real good. That combination of that deep flavored orange from those roasted oranges. You can get just a hint of that Honeycrisp sweetness in the background. And then the tart from the cranberries. You get a little heat from the ginger. This is spot on, folks. I mean, spot on. Okay, so you can see there is still some cranberry pieces in here. There is still some apple pieces in here. And I'm all good with all of that. I am totally fine with the texture the way it is. So all I'm going to do at this point is let this come back up to a boil. Boil it hard for 1 minute. At that point, I think we're going to be ready because it's already sheeting. So I'm not worried at all about the set on this. So I'll bring you folks back when we're ready to put this in a jar. Okay, folks, we're back. And as you can see, I've got my hot sterilized jar here. I've got my funnel. I've got some vinegar in a dish here. I've got my lids. And I've got my ladle. So we are going to go ahead and get some of this into the jar. And I got to tell you, it's already starting to gel. So this is going to be money. Alright, so we're going to fill these to 1/4 inch headspace. Just another drop in there. Alright, we got a jar on the side here. Learned that trick from my friend Heather, somewhere to set your funnel. Oops, wrong bowl. Vinegar. You want to make sure you get all that, anything that can possibly be on that rim off of there. Have plenty of clean towels to work with, and helps if you have your magic wand to get the lids. And try and get them to cooperate one at a time. Alright, we get a lid on here, get a ring, and this is going to go right in the canner. So, I'm going to get these all filled in the canner, and I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and then we will let these process for 5 minutes, and I'm sorry, 10 minutes, and then we'll turn it off, let it sit for another 5 minutes, and then we'll take them out, and I will bring you back so you can see what they look like when they're done. Okay, folks, there it is. That is the finished product. I got 15 jars of cranberry, apple, roasted orange, and ginger jam. And let me tell you, it is fantastic, and it's set up beautifully. You'll be able to serve this alongside any dish as a condiment, or quite rightfully on a sandwich. We had it tonight with leftovers just on the side, and it was fantastic. So give this recipe a try. If you have some leftover items, you can sub, you can add, you can tweak this to your own needs. This was just a suggestion. Like I said, I had never made this before, but I'm super happy with how it turned out. So I hope you folks liked this video. Hope you had a wonderful day, and as always, come back and see us soon.